So I guess all of that sales training paid off. In fact, it did. Sales training is one of the most valuable skills that I've ever learnt that has helped me in so many areas, both in business and in life. What we need to understand is that in life, you are either selling or you are buying. And ultimately understanding the difference between the two, being able to acknowledge the role that you are playing in a situation as opposed to being on autopilot and potentially being taken advantage of. This is the power of understanding sales and influence. Now, for a very long time, I had a negative relationship with sales. My first role when I left school and I started becoming a trainee financial advisor was in a place called the Financial Advice Centre. And if you can visualize the Wolf of Wall Street, that scene where they're kind of all of this chaos and this kind of pen, people carrying on, ringing bells and essentially making sales, you could smell this kind of toxic sales energy that was in the air. And frankly, I hated it. There was an environment where basically trainee financial advisors were taught predatory sales skills and were essentially calling bank customers in order to sell them financial products that they frankly didn't need. And I hated it. And very quickly I was fired from that situation. But in that situation, I made a choice that I was going to learn how to influence people the right way, lead with education, and use that influence and education in order to create impact and ultimately create financial freedom for myself and for my family and teach others to do the same. So what we're going to understand is that there is ethical sales and there is unethical sales. Unethical sales is essentially utilizing predatory tactics or to create an advantage, an unfair advantage over other people where there is not a fair exchange of value. This is about utilizing NLP principles, about using kind of mirroring and matching techniques, using soft skills in order to artificially create rapport, in order to get people to make decisions that otherwise they shouldn't have made if they had the right education and they had the right insights to defend themselves. I am completely against these kinds of predatory tactics. There is an ethical approach to sales. And an ethical approach to sales is about being a tour guide for your customers and clients. But it's also about doing this in life as well. It doesn't matter if it's your significant other, your family members, your friends. Your goal in a situation, if you are the subject matter expert, is to help people unpack their problems and their pain points, help them quantify their goals and aspirations, to help them understand the roadblocks that are potentially getting in the way of achieving the outcomes that they want in life and solving the problems that are causing them frustration and anguish. And if you are the appropriate fit, being able to present the right solutions to allow that person to make an informed and educated choice. Now, what this is based upon is understanding human psychology, okay, and how people make decisions. Because for a very long time, I used to believe that people make the best decision that is on life's menu, right? Like the analogy that I used to use for a very long time is like, whenever you ever gone to a restaurant and you've looked at the menu and you've seen the one thing that you hate more than anything in the world and you've ordered 2 serves of those suckers. You probably have never done that, right? It is only if you say, for example, they present you the chef's special and you decide to take it, and it falls short of your expectations, maybe you really don't like it. It is only in hindsight that you realise that that was a bad decision. And that was kind of my blanket philosophy for the vast majority of situations. The reality is people make bad decisions all of the time, and it is because of their programming, their preconceived ideas, their preconceived values, their principles, that in some cases can cause them to look at a situation with subjective lenses and make a decision that ultimately doesn't get them to the outcome that they want. Ethical sales is about being able to acknowledge that in people and helping them take the appropriate steps to look at the situation with the appropriate lenses to allow them to make a risk versus return decision in order to either decide for or against. I've never been pushy. I've never taught any of my team members to be pushy in terms of their sales. We have a very consultative sales approach that is based on understanding value. Getting the clients to understand the value of solving the problems that they're experiencing, whether it be profitability, whether it be cash flow, whether it be maintaining a household surplus, whether it's about getting their surplus and turning that into personal wealth, whether that's paying down debts, whatever the situation might be. Helping them clarify and quantify their goals of understanding what is it they're exactly trying to achieve and why are they trying to achieve it. Because ultimately, you're only ever going to sacrifice in your current situation if your future that you're sacrificing for is important enough to you. And many people haven't thought about it deeply enough in order to make that assessment. and then showing them what are the pathways that they could take to elevate the quality of their situation, and then presenting the options. And ideally showing them how there's an asymmetrical risk versus return, whereby they make an investment with us, and we show them how to create the strategy, how to implement it, hold them accountable and optimize along the way. And as a result of the investment that they make in us, then they can get a significant return on investment on the other side. And better yet, we even offer a guarantee that if you do the work and you follow the pathway and you don't get the result that we commit to, in many cases it's a 4x return on investment, then we actually give you your money back. And this is about just utilizing sales skills to help people make the right decision for them. So if you don't know sales, ultimately you are leaving opportunities on the table in every single aspect of your life. And understanding the principles of persuasion, understanding the principles of human psychology, and understanding the principles of successfully selling in any aspect of your life is going to put you in a better position to be able to get more of what you want and get more of what other people want around you, because you have the ability to lead them to the right destination. But only use these skills for good. Wish you all the best.